Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
another Adobe Live with me and
Sorry.
Sophia.
Hi, I'm here. I just realized we have a bit of I don't know if people already noticed that we're on YouTube. And I realized I was playing the YouTube video back and I was like, are we already live? I was still playing in delay. And then Maddy jumped in. Thank you so much.
Don't worry at all. And happy International Women's Day, Sophia.
Yes.
Happy, yes, to everybody else today, for everyone celebrating. What a day. And the sun shines out.
So, hello everyone from my side as well. Now I've organized myself now that I figured out how to open a YouTube chat. And I'm very excited to have Maddy here today because I have to tell this. Adobe Live was with Maddy. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And now we're finally having a stream for the first time.
I know. And I'm excited. I remember when Emma said, hey, Maddy, do you fancy doing a stream with Sophia talking about Adobe Rush? And I was like, get in. Yes, please. Let's do it. And we both use Rush, right? We both use this app, and there's so many ways. So today we're going to take you through how we use it, some basic editing techniques, some ways how you can bring your creativity to life through the app, and then we'll make a video live towards the end of the stream, I think, today. And it's a very important topic to both of us, right, Sophia?
Yeah, we're going to make a video that everyone will enjoy. We're going to make a video that's very close to our hearts, I would say, but I guess we're not going to give away too much to keep people excited for the end.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we can totally do that.
Maybe they can guess. Guys in the chat, if you're in the chat, maybe you can guess what the video is going to be about that we're going to make. Maybe someone will figure it out, because I see some, even on YouTube, hello everyone, I see some familiar names. I was just about to say faces, which sounds a bit creepy. Names. So hello, Gareth, Oliver, Christy. So I'm very happy that you joining us on YouTube as well. So I would say let's jump right into it. So
let's jump in. Yeah, definitely. So Rush, I think, let's share how we use it. I live in Adobe Rush, and that's why I was so excited to join Sophia on the stream today. As you know, I'm in enablement and training and development, and using video is a great way to share messages with everybody. As you know, I already use Adobe Spark to invite people to tee up events, save the dates, etc. But then I use video to set reminders of people to check out different assets, but also connect with people more, because we're not face to face at the moment. So video is such a good way. And also for enablement and training, it's a really lovely way to show what good looks like. So if you're showing somebody something new for the first time, this is how I do. I film our guys. I make them film themselves and say, right, send it to me so I can show what good looks like. So that's how I use it. But Sophia, I don't know if this is how you're using it, but I've seen lots of creators lately talking and actually reaching out to their followers through different ways, and loads of people are jumping on video. Is that something that you've been doing?
Yeah. For me, I realized that, and I talked about it with Joe on Friday when we talked about YouTube, that I realized that when people see the process of my photo shoots, for example, they enjoy the final image more because they've seen how it got made. So I do a lot of behind the scenes, which obviously I don't have a lot of time because I'm already working with the camera and I'm not shooting with this camera. So it's very good if I have something where I can just record quickly or I can edit quickly, because it's not the main focus of the day if I have a big photo shoot to completely focus on the behind the scenes video. So I'm trying to make it as time efficient as possible. So I use it to create something quickly and also upload it as soon as possible, because I don't want to have it on the back of my head the whole time since there's so much else going on. So I use it for that, behind the scenes, and just small daily social media stuff, because as much as I have a hate-love relationship with social media, I like to have it done fast. If I want to upload a video, it should look good and be out in 5 minutes if possible. So this is what I use it for, and it's very easy and simple. And since you can share directly from the app, it makes it so much faster.
True. It's so true. And I think what's great about Rush as well is that you can record from in the app itself. So you're not having to record it separately, save it to a library, and then edit it all together. You can literally just press go, camera, and we'll show you how to do this later. But and record straight from the app. And there's someone I follow, right, on Instagram. They're a company that make tiles, and I've always loved their tiles, and I'm into house renovations and tiles and whatever. But they started making videos on how they paint their tiles. It's so therapeutic, and so I'm watching their behind the scenes videos. You get hooked. It's the behind the scenes stuff. Your behind the scenes videos are lovely. I've seen a few of yours already. Really nice to see that behind the scenes.
I think for any creative, it's a really good tip if you think people are not paying, like, it sounds weird, but if you feel like people are not paying enough attention to what you're doing, it might be because you're not actually showing them what you're doing. You're just showing them the final result, which people might enjoy, but it makes such a big difference if they know the process behind the final product. So that video is amazing for that, because it's easy to consume. It's nice to watch, takes people off stressful days. So I think video for that is the best choice.
Definitely. Well, it's good to see how we use it so differently, but again, we're both in agreement that it's a really good way to get your content out there. So I've got my iPad set up with Rush here, and I've also got my desktop, and so you can see the experience between both today. So let's start with desktop. I'm showing my screen now, and let's just show you just what it looks like to create a new project. And in a similar way, when you open up an Adobe app, you'll see all of your previous projects that you've worked on. So you can see, all of my projects in here. You can see I've made little Chloe singing video, bless her heart.
Okay, 1 second. I don't want to interrupt you, but we're back on Behance.
Okay, brilliant.
Back in the normal territory where I'm not confused with YouTube.
We're back in Behance. Brilliant.
We're back in Behance. We're back in where we know how things work, and I know how to mute my audio. Apparently, the digital native completely ruined it.
Amazing. Well, what I've done is I have downloaded the latest version of Adobe Rush because we had an update recently. So once you've done that, you'll go in and you go in immediately to set a project name, bottom left. So I'm just going to title this one Work From Home because, and then I've saved some files in here just before we did the stream. And one of the tasks actually that we had at Adobe, one of our leaders asked us all to create a video of what it's like to work from your home and share some funny, insight into your life at home, because it's one of the good things that we've done. And I tell you, what a fun activity. We got to see all of our team. We're all a big, global team. We're all over Europe. And so I made some clips just showing, what it would be like to be here with me. I filmed my view of my desk every day. I've filmed how my kids are using our apps. And this was actually before we rebranded. So you'll see some of the old logos there, apologies. How Phoebe is using that, here we go. And so I'm simply just clicking on the clips that I've already got, the footage for. And if you don't put them in the right order, don't worry about it. Or you can just drag them to change them afterwards. I'm just going to click create. And what this
One question I have: do you always synchronize everything with your Creative Cloud account?
More or less, yeah. I gotta say, I do. Maybe it's just a good habit to be in, but definitely. One thing I'm not so good at, that you've probably seen from what you've seen already, is that I'm not good at naming all of my clips. If Joe Allen was watching, he's so organized. It's amazing.
He's so organized. I send him a photo of my cables, and I think he almost had a heart attack because my cables are like your video names. It's all like.
I know, right? He's so organized. I've learned so much from Joe. But so once you've got your clips in this timeline, again, you can move these around. So, if I found that I wanted to just move things around, just drag them around. And then one of the good things at the bottom, and I just want to highlight this at the start, is that the more clips you add, obviously the longer your video is going to get, and the more kind of scrubbing across all of the clips that you've got to do. And so this here, just to show you, if you minimize it, it will kind of really stretch things out so you can see the edit. And then if you drag it across, it will really bring things tighter. So it's a lot quicker, I find, just to play around with that, just to make sure that you're able to edit it in the way you want,
Yeah.
So that's always a good start. So when you open Rush, as you can see, all of the clips are in my timeline at the bottom. and you can see my monitor, the video there. And if I want to add any more media anytime, I can do so in the top left. So I just click plus, and I can add there, media, graphics, audio, which we'll get to later, and then voiceover directly, which is something we've got to do today for sure. And then on the side here, you've got more options, more tools, I would say. So it's so easy to duplicate clips, but also to cut them as well, to make edits to the clips that you've got. So we'll go through that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the panels on the right-hand side of the screen. And this is really where you're going to be when you're editing your movie. And so at the start here, you have got the option for motion graphics and titles. And this is why Rush is so great, because there's so many video editing apps that you can just piece your clips together and think, I'm done with that. That looks good. But no, you need to add some titles. And there are so many in Adobe Rush, great motion graphic titles that you can just overlay, put over your, over your content. Here we go. And some of these, I'm just trying to show you, normally, if you put your mouse over them, they move a little bit, so you can actually see what they're going to do before it happens, but it is not showing you.
I think the titles moving too? I'm not sure if all of them are moving.
Not all of them should move, but here we go. This is the menu you want. Here we go. And if you hold your, here we go, come on. Normally it comes in like this, like a swipe in,
Yes.
And so let's say I want to add, let's say I just want to add this one, just simple, really quickly. If I click add, it will actually give me, here we go, another track above my video. And you can see it's just added on there, just like that. And here we go. If I just double click to edit that title, I can just start typing over it. So here we go. So I can type in home movie. I mean, it's very, I need to be more artistic with all of these names.
We already have a question in the chat from Catherine, which I think is a really good question. She's asking, what's the difference between Rush and Premiere Pro?
Oh, well, so many differences. Premiere Pro is where you want to make, do really great things. You can add in effects, cloning, do all of the kind of more complicated things in Premiere Pro. And I would say that, Rush is just a really simple, quick, easy to use tool, whereas Premiere Pro is used to edit movies. And so think of movies like Avatar or so many movies that were edited, even The Littlest Dinosaur, I think that was one of the most recent. But yeah, all of those movies are used to, Premiere Pro is used to edit all of those. So yeah, think of Premiere Pro being your kind of next level up, even more in depth.
Yeah. I think, can we say, maybe it's too controversial, but can we say Rush is to Premiere Pro what Lightroom is to Photoshop?
Oh, I don't know if you could say that.
I don't know if I can say that. I'm just trying to explain that I think it's just the little sister of Premiere Pro. Like,
yes,
you can basically do everything you need.
Yeah.
If I look, for example, in the transitions tab that you have in Rush, all of those, it looks like they're not a lot. But if I really think about it, even in Premiere Pro, it's only the ones I would use there as well. So it basically has everything in a simple and easy to use version. And it's on mobile too, which you don't have Premiere Pro on mobile if you want it on your iPad.
True. That's true, yeah. And so it's definitely a lighter touch than something like Premiere Pro for sure. Oh yes. And here, by the way, with the titles, you can say you can drag this around, move it to where you need it to be, and to shorten it to make sure it doesn't overlap on your clips. I mean, it snaps into place really nicely. And so if I just press play here, could you hear that then when I press play?
No. Maybe the people in the chat can hear them and I can't.
Ooh. So I don't know if you can hear when I press play then. So when we get to editing audio, you'll see why we need to edit the audio on that clip. And you can see that there's audio there because my husband was singing in the kitchen whilst I filmed that. So we will definitely need to edit that audio. But yeah, so you can see here, right, we just added a title and I called it Home Movie. I can change the font in here. There's so many different things to choose from. Choose the color, choose the line spacing. So much you can edit on this app. It's so good, right? Just, all of these easy edits. I'm actually going to close that window because I don't want to take up the rest of the screen with that. There we go. So there we go. So I've added a title. Here we go. All right. And then next down the page, we started off with titles, which is at the top here. Really easy to do. Next up, you have got transitions. And with a transition, everyone loves a transition on a PowerPoint slide, which probably gets a bit overused these days. But in Premiere Rush, it's kind of nice to have it to be more of a, I don't know, I like a dissolve or kind of a slow move to the next, the next clip. Do you use a lot of these?
I only use like dissolve, but usually in a very short duration. So it's almost seamless, like you see it, but you don't see it. Or dip into black. Those are the two I usually use.
Right. See, that's good. I wouldn't have used those. Very nice. And I would just go through my clips and I would just select, dissolve to all of these to make sure at the end of all of these clips, it would dissolve. And I think I added it to the titles here. So you'll be able to see this. If I press, and I'm sorry if anyone can hear, we're going to get to the audio in a moment. Here we go. I'm going to press play. And you can press space bar just like you would in Premiere Pro to press play here, or you can play. You can't hear that singing, can you?
No.
Gosh, so loud. Right, it's very loud in my ears. Very loud. Good. All right, so far we have added motion graphics titles. We have added an effect. And then the last thing I would say is you definitely need some presets in there for color and colorizing your images because, let's make it look like a movie, right? Let's actually get it in there. So if I put cinematic, kind of looks a little bit, I was thinking it looks a little bit more 80s, actually.
It looks like the saturation is really high.
Too high. A little too high there. But we can edit it. So let's say we want to do cinematic across all of these. What we can do is if I just bring this down, so this vibrance is just way too bright. So let's just bring it back a little bit. Here we go. And I remember, who was it now that told me on it? It was an Adobe live stream that if a picture is really saturated, then make sure the vibrance goes completely the opposite way. Someone's going to write in the chat now and say, no, Maddy, because I love bright colors.
Let's see what they say about that. But can't you also just lower the intensity of the filter as well?
Well, it says here, sharpening, I could probably reduce.
A little bit.
The contrast though. Oh, there you go. It's looking a little bit better already.
Also, Jackie is asking, how do you stop it from like dissolving? I think she's asking about the transition on your titles. Like,
how do you stop it?
Yeah, I guess, delete it? Like how you would stop it from doing that?
Yeah, you just go back to the clip that you've got selected and just go back and say none. If you want. Pan and zoom is quite nice actually. On if you've got one subject, like I think you can't use pan and zoom if you've got too much going on, but if you've got one object, it's kind of a nice thing as it kind of zooms in, like on the end credits at the end, for example, or like a title at the start to be like, ooh, so I kind of like that.
Also, Tim said that you can reduce the intensity under the preset tab. So if we go to the preset tab, and at the there and then intensity at the bottom. There it is. 100 now. So
there you go. She's looking better already there. Although the color of the Adobe Audition's gone a little bit teal. But yes, indeed. So we've added titles just to the start of this movie. We've looked at transitions and just moving our clips from one to the other. And then to do that, I mean, we were looking at this earlier on, and I think it's probably best just to go through all of the clips that you've got just to make sure that all of the right settings and everything are on. Here we go. Here we go.
Also, Jackie asked, so whatever is selected has the orange bars around it, right? Yes.
Correct.
Yes, that is correct, Jackie.
Correct. For sure. Yes. So that's and it's so easy. Like if you want to cut things, move things, you can really just drag your clips around to, you know, to edit them, to, you know, to cut them down. And, you know, as I say, it's so easy. And the best thing to do, have a play. If you do anything wrong in Adobe Rush, you've got your back button right there, undo.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it automatically saves to the cloud. So it keeps saving as you go. It'll always keep saving. And so you'll find that if anything crashes or anything goes wrong, you drop off the Wi-Fi or anything like that, then you'll always be able to go back to your main homepage and you'll see your video saved there, which is really nice. So you're going to got that, you know, peace of mind, you know, in there as well.
Which is good for any creative project to save it often.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think we've all learned that the hard way, for sure. Yeah. So, so I think I've got some clips in here now. And I might want to add another title here to say, you know, that I've got, here we go, let me move this along. I'm going to say, you know, this is my, you know, work from home space. And so if I drag the cursor, let's say I'm here, and I go back to titles, I'm going to click add, and I'm going to choose this one here. It will add it to exactly where your cursor is. So you can get it exactly the right point of where you want that to be. And I think that's a really good thing to know. So that everywhere you put that cursor, that's where you're going to add the content. And Premiere Pro does that too, which is kind of nice. It's, you know, it's a good feature. And so again, I'm going to click and I'm going to say my desk. This is actually before we decorated. So I'm actually working on a old painting wallpaper table. Honestly, start of lockdown. The struggle was real.
Also, underneath your computer, it says your life. I don't know what it says on top of that. I just see your life.
Do you know what it is? I propped up my laptop with board games at the start before, because I didn't have any proper equipment to work from home with. So I had board games, because if my laptop is on my desk, all you get is my nostrils. That's never a good look. So
we all learned that the hard way as well when the pandemic started and Zoom calls and you were looking at a lot of people from like down here.
Yeah, honestly, it was just hilarious. So I put, as you can see, board games. It's a mess as well. It's an organized mess because I know where everything is.
That's true.
It's yes, it is hilarious. And there we go. So I just wanted that just to start there. So I've kind of shortened that a little bit. Here we go. So if I press play here, ooh, lots of background noise. Here we go, lots of background noise, but you can't hear that noise, can you?
No, we can't.
Very loud in my ear. All right, no worries. All right, so there you go. So we've added titles, we've added some transitions, and we've added a preset to the color. And now we're at speed of clips.
Is this my turn?
It is your turn.
It is my turn. Just one quick question before we talk about how we can adjust the speed in all clips. How we can select multiple clips. Tim really wants to know, how do you select multiple clips?
Right. So to select multiple clips. So let's say you want to add an effect, and let me just come away from that actually a moment. Right. So to select multiple, you want to click Control. So you've got one clip selected, you click Control, and then just start highlighting more. And then you can add, you know, your whatever you want. So if you want to add colors to all of them. And then on the iPad, what we found is that, and we'll share the screen at the end. So you'll see this process, you know, towards the end of this. There's another button to auto select all of those clips as well. So we'll show you how to do that on the iPad. It's kind of a selection tool with a plus icon. So we'll do that at the end.
Yes. So we're going to show you how you can adjust the speed on your clips. So I guess, Maddy, do you have a clip where you want to adjust the speed maybe?
Yes, I do. So what I'll do here is I'm going to add more media. Okay. Because I think if you want to see slow-mo, then you really want to see a slow-mo dog.
Yes. Yes. Can we have him running, please? Or like moving a lot and then slow it down?
Well, I've got him digging.
That's good too.
He's a menace. I mean, honestly.
I've seen that on your Instagram already.
I mean, there's no words. There are no words. This dog has dug 5 holes in my garden. 5. And we filled them in the other day, and he dug them up again. We're going to have to get AstroTurf. Is it AstroTurf? Is it the fake grass? Is that what it's called? I only know from football pitches. The fake green, I hate fake grass. But we're going to have to do it. All right, so you can see here, I'm just going to drag him down because this is filmed in portrait.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
All right. So you see that on the right side of the screen, we have this little speed thing. I don't even know how to call this, like speed meter, I guess.
Speedometer?
Yes, that thing. And so if you click on that, you can adjust. If you see it's at 100, it's the normal speed. And then if you drag it up, it's going to get like half the speed or double the speed. Like if you drag it down, it's slower. If you go up, it's faster. And I guess if we want it in slow-mo, we have to go down, let's say to, I don't know, 40, 50%, something like that. And what I really like in Rush is not, can you only adjust the clip itself, but you can also decide what part of the clip you want the speed to change. So they call it speed ramping, if I'm not wrong. So you can adjust, you see these two handles, these two little speed handles, either on the clip or up there in the range. So it's adjusting the same thing, where you can tell Rush what part of the clip you want to adjust the speed, which is really nice. For example, if you have something slow and then you want it to go fast, or you have it in normal speed and then start the slow-mo. So I think that's a really easy and simple way, because, for example, in Premiere Pro, you would have to do that with, how is this called again? With these points. You would have to like open the tab and then effects and then set a point and then set another point for the speed. And it's just a lot more work than just dragging two sliders. Oh, keyframes. Sorry. Thank you, Tim. Keyframes. That's the word. So you would have to set keyframes to adjust the speed. And here it's just sliding to these sliders and it's already done. So
yeah, if I press play,
yes.
So you'll see the, and I've reduced this clip for you. So
yes.
all of this bit will play at normal speed, but then the bit between the two blue bars will play at 57%. So, let's just go here. Hold on. Start it from the beginning of the clip. So normal digging.
Normal speed, and slow-mo when he has his head in the...
So he has his head in the ground for longer than, maybe we'll, here we go. I'll drag this down here. It's a slow-mo digging.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So,
but it's just so simple. And I really like that speed ramping tool that you can use, because that is something that would be a lot of work otherwise.
And one thing I'd say actually is that if you click ramp here, what this does is it slows down, so it kind of eases into the slow-mo that you selected.
Exactly.
Otherwise, sometimes if it's fast, you can, and someone's added a slow-mo, you know, like when the iPhone does it.
Yeah.
You go, and then suddenly it runs really quickly and it goes, like,
yeah,
you know. But adding a ramp, so if I click here, add ramp, then this will say 0.5 seconds before your slow-mo begins, I'm going to start slowing your clip down a little bit to get ready for the slow-mo.
I actually think if you go into slow-mo, the ramp is really good. But if you go into something where you speed it up, for example, I use, like, if you have a moving clip and you want this effect of like it moves fast and then it moves in the normal speed again, you know, if you want to create something hectic, but just for a little bit, I think then it's good to use it without the ramping. But if you go into slow-mo, I think the ramping is really good.
That's a good tip. I agree. And let's speed him up.
Yes.
Let's do supersonic digging today. Yeah. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Awesome. So this is how you can adjust the speed, and it's super easy and simple. And I guess we can already move on to the next thing, which is going to be audio, how you can adjust that.
And actually, Sophia, just the last thing here, always have this flicked, right? Because if you're speaking and you've made it go slow-mo, then your voice
it's going to be
in the video will slow down. Here you go. All right, audio.
Yeah. So also one thing that I think is so good in Rush and quick and easy. First thing, if you have another, if you want to see another view where you see a little bit more of your audio, you can click on this thing underneath your bin. So there's this bin icon on the left side. And if you click on the thing that's underneath it, that's you see on the left side, the other side.
Sorry,
over there.
Yeah.
And this thing underneath the bin, bloop, it should show if you click on it. Yes. So it shows us the rest of the audio and a bit easier to just see what's going on. I like that a lot because it's still organized and easy to understand, but it has a bit more info.
Yeah, that's a good
if
idea.
you want to know if there's someone talking a lot, or if you know if it's super quiet or there's much going on. So I think that's really good. And then you can see that Rush can already categorize. If you click on the audio tab, like Maddy already did, you can see it automatically understands what kind of audio it is. You can still change the type if you realize, okay, maybe it made a mistake. Maybe it didn't really understand what it is, but it's usually pretty good at detecting if someone's talking or if it's music that's playing, which I think is really good, because if you then want to, for example, auto volume, adjust it, it understands, okay, this is music, we're going to lower this a little bit. And then someone's talking, we're going to maybe go a bit higher on the volume. So it does understand very well automatically what is going on in the clip, which makes it way easier and quicker to work with. Obviously, you can still adjust manually if you want to, like on the basic, and then just adjust the volume as you want it, or mute the whole clip maybe if that's what you prefer. And what I find when we import some music, which we're going to do now, there's something really cool which you can do when someone's talking and there's playing music, which I like, which is called the auto ducking. But we're going to do that after we've imported some of the music that is actually in Rush. So you can just click on the plus and just import some even effects. I think they also have like sound effects you can use. They have loops you can use. They have soundtracks you can use. And they're actually a lot. I think there's
loads. I've just muted my husband singing at the start so we can have some noise. Saved you all from that.
But Rush said it's music. I just wanted to point out. Rush, you selected that clip and I was like, oh, someone's singing. It's music.
Yes, yeah, it does. This is sweet music. No, he was singing ABBA in the kitchen. I love ABBA, but no, he was. I love this one, by the way. If all of you are looking for a really good, happy soundtrack for the back of your movies, this is one that kind of naturally comes up at the start at the moment. I don't know if it's a new thing, but it's called Next to Me. I love it. Very country.
I used it yesterday. No doubt. Yes.
No way. See, it's lovely, isn't it? Some things in here though. Peaceful Birds is nice. I actually thought that this is what Tony had playing in the background, because you can always hear birds when Tony's on stream. Like he must have a window open, but it sounds exactly like Peaceful Birds.
That's where they got the recording.
Yes, probably by Tony Harmer. Yeah. So which one would you like me to go for? Should we search, or do you want me to go for Next to Me?
Yes, I want to. I mean, you can obviously see everyone that you can go for more. There's like lots of different things you can choose from, but I like Next to Me. It's very and you can type in a word if you want something sad or piano, or I guess also guitar, different kinds of things, and you can just select it, and then it's gonna do its magic and put it into the timeline.
Let's see if it comes up. There it is. You can just search for the name of it if you have a go-to one that you love. There we go. So I'll add that.
Exactly. And it's gonna be added right where you are at your timeline. The same with the titles. It's gonna be the same thing with the music. It's just gonna drop it where you are in the timeline at that point, and then you can just take it and drag it. Jackie is asking, all of these okay to use and share publicly? Tim already answered it. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. So as you can see, Maddy has the clip, like the Next to Me song selected. And here we see on the right side, it's music. Rush knows it's music, which is good to know. So if there's another clip where someone is talking, we can use the auto ducking, which means that Rush understands if someone is talking, since it detected this clip as speech, the music will be like more quiet, and once this person's done talking, it's going to go up again, which once again saves you so much time setting keyframes, because in Premiere you have to open the audio, set the keyframe, which obviously is very manually adjustable and all of these things, but it's just a lot of time. And if you want to get something out quickly, and I think personally, I like music in videos, that like almost every video I do has music in it, but there's also some talking. So it's just really easy and nice to have it do it in like one click. And it does a pretty good job, actually.
It does a good job. And should we add a little voiceover so that we can show the auto ducking?
Yes.
Now we do it. And I like the fact that it gives you a little timing here. So all I did here was go plus, here we go here, voiceover. And it's added an extra, here we go, an extra layer down here. And if I click plus, it'll say tap to record. And you'll hear me talking. But when I play it back, I don't think you'll be able to hear it.
Probably
I'm not sure. Not. Let's see. So I'll just say, here we go. So 3, 2,
1, go.
Hello, welcome to my work from home movie with me at home and my kids.
That's great.
Why?
Oh, so
I'm like, here we go. There you go. All right.
Yes,
so
we see it. And it already did it.
It did. So you can see where it ducks. Oh, you can see the line.
Yes.
There you go. Look, can you see that? Woohoo. And if you find that your volume isn't, high enough, then just click on your voiceover clip and bring it up a little. Bring it up a notch.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you know what though? I've got to say, I was playing around with the enhanced speech on a couple of videos that I did, and it did make people sound a little bit roboty at times. So I think you've got to just have a play. Yes. That's the best thing, isn't it? Because you can always undo.
Yeah.
And so, always best to just have a little play and get used to, the settings that you like. Yeah.
And also when you reduce the background noise, you have the option to then tell Rush how much you wanted to reduce the background noise, because sometimes it also tends to, like, for example, if you're on the street and you're talking and there's a lot of background noise, if you then cancel it out, it sometimes makes the voice also very, I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah.
It's like tinny, isn't it? It's like a little bit roboty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to see how it works and what's best for your clips. But once again, I think that is just so easy to use. You click on it, you adjust the intensity. That's it.
Yeah. I'm going to turn down that clip volume. You can't hear that when I play that, right?
No.
I think maybe it's a setting that I didn't. Very loud for me. I'm really sorry, everyone.
In your ears.
That you can't hear. And also next to me, it's quite rocky, happy song. I want to start dancing over here. Cool.
Also, we have another question from Angus, which I think is also a very good one. Mm-hmm. Can you import Rush files into After Effects, etc.? I think the emphasis here is on etc.
Yeah. So if you were to open Premiere Pro, you would see your Rush project there that you can bring in. Mm-hmm. I've not had the need to edit a Rush in After Effects.
I don't know if that's possible, but once you've edited in Premiere, probably.
Most likely, we can find out for you.
Exactly, because Tim also said you can create After Effects composition from Premiere Pro, so you would have to open the Rush in Premiere Pro, and then you can do After Effects.
Let's check. We can. We'll let you know in Discord. We'll be chatting in Discord following the stream. So
we will be back next Monday.
Are we?
This is a good segue for next week.
With more Rush.
With more Rush.
No way. Oh, amazing. Well, we need to get something fun to prepare.
Yeah.
Happy days.
It's gonna be interesting. So I think we covered audio pretty extensively now. So now we're going to go into the transform tab. So I'm just going to show you quickly how you can, first of all, in the basics, you can adjust the positions of your images. So you can move them from horizontal, vertical, whatever you want, whatever works for your clips. You can rotate them. So move them around in this way. And you can also now have the option to flip them, which we both don't really know what is the purpose of flipping the video.
The use case. We were talking about it. The only way I can think that people might need to flip or reverse a video is if I'm sat one side and I'm used to having titles on this side, then I could flip it round so that I've always got the continuity of maybe
True.
content there, but that's the only reason why I would need to do it.
Oh, I have another idea. What if you have two clips on top of each other? Because you can do that too. You can drag two clips on top of each other in the timeline, and then you crop one from the left side and one from the right side, so you have two people next to each other. So you might have to flip one to have them next to each other. Maybe that's too advanced in my head.
That sounds good though. We need to try it.
We will do that next week and see if it works.
Let's get, definitely another level next week. Let's get more deep. Yes. Definitely. And I think when you're doing these type of edits, so you're looking at transforming, and you'd probably think, we've worked our way down from the top to bottom here. Why would I transform all of these clips at the end after doing all of the other things? And I think that sometimes if you're making a movie and you're not the only person that's been collecting the content, what happens is you could do your best to say to everybody, please record in landscape. We're all doing a birthday video for Uncle Bob, and we all need everyone to record a birthday message on the phone. And what does everyone do? Instead of recording landscape, they hold their phone up portrait, and then you end up with a mismatch of just a mess.
That's true.
It's annoying, isn't it? And especially when you're the one that's trying to edit it all together, and you're like, oh no. So we can fix that in Rush.
We can. We can, exactly. We can, if you go to scale, or no, we can do it up there. Let's do it up there first. You can actually change, and it's, once again, auto reframe is also working. So you can just click on 9:16 if you, for example, want to make it as a Instagram post, which I do a lot. So I record actually in landscape, and then I'm like, I want this to go onto my social media. So I export it already into that look. Or like Maddy said, if someone sends you something in the wrong format, you can just easily select it, click on it, and it will put it into the right format, which is amazing.
And that does help a bit, I think, just being able, and you're just best to go through your clips, or if you do change the ratio, and then just say, right, okay, does everything still fit? Is everything kind of still good? Okay, great. Because it just helps, especially if you're pulling in multiple videos and that kind of
makes it super easy. And I think especially because I assume a lot of people use Rush also for social media content, and if you want it for an Instagram post, if you want it for your stories, it's just better to know what the final output's gonna look like, to see is everything in frame, is this what I want it to look, is it cropping things that should be in frame and are not shown. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it is good. And I think that, with Rush, you can record from the device that you're editing in. So you could, instead of going to your camera and then start recording yourself and then think about bringing it into Rush, you can open up Rush from the beginning and just record straight into the app itself and edit it as you go there. Because I think that's probably one of the best things about the editing of this, is that it is so quick.
Yeah, and it puts it directly into the timeline. So you record it, it's in the timeline, you can edit it, you can adjust the colors, adjust your audio, and you already have super content that you can publish within, let's say, 10 minutes. So we can actually show people that we can edit a video with Rush we have 15 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, and one last thing I realized I've not shown you, and it's something that I use every day in Rush. I live in Adobe Rush, and here, I didn't even show you this at the very start. You see the scissors?
Yeah.
Which are here. So I had to edit coughing. I had a presenter that was presenting some slides for me for a kickoff that we did recently. And she was speaking for 30 minutes, and every 10 minutes or so, she would cough very loudly. And then she would kind of pause herself, and then she would continue. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to edit this. And so I did all of that in Rush. And so in the video, you can go in at different times. So let's say, and you wouldn't be able to hear a coughing or anything like that here. But let's say I've got Phoebe laughing there. I don't know, what could I cut here just to show you? Here we go. All right. So let me just cut a bit here. So it's really simple. I just click cut. It would literally just stop the clip there, just like that. And then to edit that, I would just, here we go, make this smaller, drag it out so I can see, cut a little bit out, so shrink that a little bit, here we go. And then if I press play, and you'll literally see Like it's never happened.
Yeah, it's super easy.
So easy, isn't it? But yeah, so I would definitely recommend that feature on the left, or the tool. It's not features, it's a tool. So 100%. So I'm going to go to Rush on my iPad. So bear with me a second. I'm going to stop sharing here for a moment.
Just checking if we have any more questions on Rush, but I feel like the chat, there's not been that much content on Rush. It seems like there are a lot of people. Also, someone is like Oliver said the same thing I said. If you record yourself, it sometimes is the other way around, and then you have to flip the recording to make it actually,
look right.
Yeah, I know. It's like you're looking in a mirror and then you want to flip it again so it's actually the right view. So that's true.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
I'm trying to imagine how weird it would look though, because you're so used to looking at that.
True. Yeah. And there's
strange. Right. So I have got Premiere Rush on my iPad, and I wanted to show you today. You've seen the view on the desktop, so you've seen what that looks like there. It's almost identical on the iPad, but the reason why it's so good on the iPad is that, or on your phone, is because you can record straight away. And Sophia can talk you through actually something pretty cool. If I just click into Rush here, I don't know if you can see my screen yet. Does that come through?
No, we can't see it yet. But also, if you open Rush on your phone, you will see it will have the exact same tools that it has on iPad and on your desktop. They're just on the lower corner, so not on the left and right side. They're just at the bottom, but it's the exact same things.
Fab. All right, so I'm in the iPad. I've selected Premiere Rush, updated to the latest software, and then if I click plus at the bottom, this is where it becomes interesting. So here we've got add media, which we know already, which we can do, or take video or photo. And here we go. So, now you've got the nostril view. Apologies, everyone.
Double Maddy.
So here, Sophia, talk us through how you changed the settings.
So
here,
you see next to your recording button, next to the red big recording button, there is this little slider that says auto or pro. And if you put it on auto, the camera and the app is just gonna assume what the settings are best for your shot. But if you go on pro, it gives you all these options at the bottom where you can adjust the exposure, the resolution here. So if you, for example, know I want this later on to be slow motion, maybe you want to record it in a higher frame rate because that makes for a really nice slow-mo. You can record in HD or full HD, different resolutions you have. You can adjust in the other tabs the white balance. You can adjust the exposure. If you here, then uncheck the auto exposure or auto white balance. Like right now it's all set to auto, but you can customize all of that. So if you want to record a video and don't want to maybe color grade it as much later, you can adjust the colors already while you're recording. It makes it super easy and actually gives you pretty good results for the recording within the app, which is amazing.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just looking here thinking, ooh, I could make it even more colorful. I can make the colors pop.
Make them pop. Make them pop.
Boom. So let's film from the app now and show everybody how we get started. I'm going to have to pick it up because you cannot have that view. Shockingly awful. Right. So I'm looking at where's the camera on this thing? Right.
On the side.
All right. So here we go. Hello, this is Maddy and Sophia on Adobe Live, and welcome to our movie about Elvis and Taco.
I was just about to say the cat's out the bag, but that makes no sense since we're making a video about dogs.
The cat's out the bag, amazing. All right, so I've added that. It's now preparing media. Oh dear.
And it's already in the timeline.
It's already there, and we clearly need to edit this. Oh, look at the stills. Oh, this is awful. Well, awful. All right, so let's just have a little look. All right, so we've got this here. All right, so I'm just going to just bring that in. Here we go. And we're going to have to add some more content. So you can see it looks exactly the same as it does on the desktop. And if I click plus and I click media, albums, and I have a little album here, and I have got, where is Taco? That is the question. You've obviously seen, I thought I'd say Taco in this folder. Maybe.
Also, Gareth said the beagle is out the bag. Okay, maybe I should have said that.
Yes, indeed.
That is true.
I haven't got Taco in this folder, and I think maybe it timed out on the upload.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We will show him next week, so people are excited and want to see more.
Well, we do. I'm sure he's here somewhere. Oh dear,
that's how I feel usually when he hides under the bed. I'm sure he's here somewhere.
No, with Elvis, you always know where he is because he's mischief. I mean, my shoes, my Converse, I think I said on the other stream last Monday, gone, wasted. They're only safe if I'm wearing them on my feet.
Our dog digged up a scrunchie from somewhere. We don't know whose it is. It makes no sense. He kind of he steals scrunchies from people because that's his favorite toy. He actually climbs up to them and then they're like, oh my God, he's so cute. And then he goes, grabs it and drags it out of the hair. No. He steals them and then he hides them somewhere. And we think he must have stolen it from a friend. And she came over months ago, in summer of 2020, basically. And he hid it under the bed and he just digged it up today.
No.
Yeah. Okay, enough dog stories.
Oh, I could listen to these dog stories, honestly. Here he is with his duck.
Oh,
no, mischief. Absolute mischief, honestly. So you can see here, right, all of the, I think we've said, right, everything is the same. And if you wanted to select multiple clips on your iPad, we were talking about this earlier, bottom right, you can see there's a selection tool with the plus icon at the bottom there. And if I was to select that, see here, I can select all of my clips in a row, so they're all highlighted, so I can make some changes. But yeah, so I've got digging, and I think we're going to go back to the speed. I think I like the fast digging that you made earlier, Sophia, on this. So I'm going to bring this in here.
And then double the speed.
Speed it up. Here we are. Oh, no,
nope, it's the thing, the slider underneath.
That's the one.
That's the one.
There it is. There it is. All right. And I think what's nice actually about using it on the iPad is that you're so used to the motion on your phone, scrolling, swiping across, and pinch to zoom. So you're used to so it's so quick, isn't it? Just to create something
and so intuitive. If you've I guess everyone knows now how to use a touch screen. So it's very easy to drag and pinch and all these things.
Oh, yes. So I've got that on there. Can you hear that? Can you hear?
No.
Oh, I think there must be something in the way that we dial into the calls where I must be able to select audio on. And I'll do that next time for everybody, so you can all hear my husband singing in the background.
Yes, we want to hear that. We want to hear the ABBA song.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's brilliant. I tell you, absolutely. All right. So as you can see on the iPad, everything is the same. And let's say, because I know that we've got 6 minutes left. And one thing we haven't shown you yet is how to share and how to export, right?
Yes.
So let's say that this is perfectly edited because you've already seen us edit the clip today. And we'll do this even deeper next week. But top left, you've got your home button and then you've got edit and we're going to click share. Oh, what a still to pick. I mean, thumbnail.
Isn't that great? But also maybe what might cheer you up is Jackie said, I'm so grateful for these live streams. I've learned so much. We've shared all our wisdom about Rush. People. We have
indeed. Yes, we have. I'm laughing at the thumbnail that it's decided to show. Oh man, it's never looked cool. All right. Do you know, it exports so fast, actually. That is one of the things that's actually quite cool because with Premiere Pro and you export it and it says encoding 1 of 2, 2 of 2, and you're sat there crossing your fingers, just waiting.
The wheel of death. That's what I call it when it's exporting.
Right. And for any of you, I mean, I don't use an engineering laptop or anything that has anything more than a normal standard graphics chip. I'm using a Lenovo ThinkPad. And so I'm exporting some heavy video files at times. And so, yes, everything is crossed. But on the iPad, easy. And so you can share it straight to social media. If you're doing blogs and videos, you can upload straight to YouTube.
Yes. And also you have to press, because someone's already asking, you have to press the export button first, and then it will give you the option to upload it to social media. Yeah. And the thumbnail, that's not the thumbnail. That's basically just a preview. It's not the thumbnail of the video that it shows. So here you go. Then you have the options to just directly share it.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. But that's how it starts. So I think we should, before we present this again next week, I'm going to edit and make myself look a lot more glam.
You look gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so you can upload to all of these things. Quite cool actually with TikTok, and actually the option to upload straight to TikTok.
Yeah, super easy. I do it on Instagram. It's, you just click and then it asks you, do you want to post it on your stories or on your feed? And that's it. Done.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's easy. Well, we've shown you everything today, I think, from, going through the tools that you have on your left and all of the different layers and the different effects and presets, on the right-hand side of the screen. And I hope all of you can see that it really is so easy to use.
Yeah.
And one thing I will do, though, because I know that you can open a project from within Premiere Pro, I am going to check if you can open it directly from After Effects. And I'll let you all know in Discord following the stream, because that's going to bug me until I find that out.
Exactly. And all the advanced stuff we're going to do next Monday. We're going to do all the tricks that will maybe are the secret tips. I think I have like 1 or 2 secret tips for people in Rush that they can use that we didn't cover today. And thank you everyone so much. We will be back, we will be back on Monday, but we will have another stream on Wednesday with Robert and Joe about After Effects. We will have another stream on Friday with Natalie from Off. So don't miss those. And I hope everyone enjoyed our little Rush tutorial today. Once again, happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Maddy. I had such a good time.
Oh, lovely being with you.
Yes.
Nice chat.
Can't wait for next week. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week until then. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.